Hello, my name is Jason Beach, and in this screencast, we're going to take a look at Google Forms. Now, to get access to Google Forms, you'll first need to go to your Google Drive account. Once you're in Drive, just go and press the big New button, go here underneath More, and then choose Google Forms. This is what the Google Forms template looks like. Google Forms is essentially a form builder, which is a great tool for a teacher to use because, of course, as teachers, you can have forms set up so that parents can register to come in and read to students, or you can take up donations, or you can determine how many people will be going to a specific event like the zoo field trip. Again, the Google Form Builder is a great tool to use for teachers. Now, by default, you start off with multiple choice, but you can see there's a variety of options here. You can have short answer, paragraph, checkbox, drop-down menus, linear scale. You also have the ability for a multiple choice grid, and then you have the ability to also have your respondents actually insert date and time. Now, here's where your questions actually are going to reside. And let's say, for example, that you want to make a standard multiple choice question, with 4 responses. You can set that question up, and then you can press the duplicate button, which will basically duplicate that question format. So it's a nice little time saver there. Of course, you can also delete the questions. You can set the question to be required, and this is a great tool to use, especially if you want your students to input a special code that identifies them or have them type in their name so you can identify them within the spreadsheet. You also have the ability to create additional sections, which I'll get into that in another video where I show you how to use Google Forms to create a benchmark assessment. You have the ability to, of course, add new questions, add text and titles. You can have a picture, so students can respond to a picture. They can respond to a video, and this just, you can go to YouTube, or you can put in any type of video format that you would like. You can put that in there, and the students can watch the video. And then, of course, you have the ability to add an additional section. Now, up here at the top, you've got the ability to change the color palette. This gives you the ability to preview what your form will look like before you actually send it out. Going into settings, you can see that you've got some options here. For example, you can set it up so only one person can respond. Now, this is going to require a login to do that. You can also have a confirmation page once the students or respondents have finished. You have the ability for them to submit another response, edit their response if you want them to go back in and change their response, or see a summary of their responses. And then, of course, you can show the progress bar, and you can shuffle the order of the questions. Now, moving on, going into this more option here, of course, you can make a copy of a form. So you want to make a copy of a form and maybe give it to a teacher friend. You can easily do that, and that way they can change it and put their name on top of the form. Of course, you can get a pre-filled link, which just gives you a pre-filled link to the form. Of course, you can print the form. You can collaborate with your teacher team. You can insert a script editor, or you can add add-ons. Now, by clicking on add-ons, there's a variety of add-ons you can get from the Chrome store, and you can see here there's some options that you can play around with and use. And these are always changing as developers add more add-ons to the add-on store. So you have options there, and then, of course, finally, when you're ready to send out your form, you'll press the send button, and that gives you the option to send it via email. You can also generate a link, and you have the option to shorten the link as well, and you can send that link out. You can post it on a website, and then, of course, you can embed this form in your website if you would like to do that. And, of course, you've got your basic sharing options with Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, Google+. Now, that's the basic interface of Google Forms. Once you're finished with you creating your questions and your question set, you can go in and set it up so that you can choose to accept responses. And then, of course, you can set your destination. In this case, once the students or participants finish the form, that information they input, that data they input, will be sent to a spreadsheet. Now, you can have it sent to a new spreadsheet that you create, or one that you've got already existing. And then once you've done that, all your data will be outputted to that spreadsheet. And that's it. That's the basic interface of Google Forms.